Hi guys, welcome back to another art video. In this one, I'm creating another textured art piece using filler. I started this on the same day as I did the last video that I created using this filler. So this is me adding on a load of filler to one of the canvases that I bought. I think this is like 11 inches by something. It's like American sizing and not like A4, similar to A4 but not quite A4. So yeah, I hope you enjoy following along the process of me turning this canvas into a textured abstract thing. I literally just splodged it all on and tried to make some patterns. I've not got enough tools really to make like interesting patterns, so I've got kind of like a wavy pattern going on this side of the thing, and then this side I just use a spatula and like splattered it in areas. It feels pretty dry now actually, but it can't be because my other piece is not dry. Some of the stuff does crumble up, so where it's like sticking out, yeah, it's like crumbling off. So I am gonna leave this overnight as well, just to be sure. Oh yeah, I'm gonna try not to touch it so much because it is crumbling a bit. So yeah, I'm just gonna add paint to that and create kind of an abstract piece and hopefully turn it into something interesting with the paints. But at the moment, that is how that is looking. Okay, this one has dried. It crumbles a little bit where there's like some tiny bits sticking up, but I'm gonna try not to touch it too much. I've been trying to decide overnight what colours I'm gonna use on it, and until this point I wasn't sure, but I think I'm going to do some kind of mixture of Payne's Grey and turquoise lagoon, and then possibly put in some white and just have a play about with it as I go. I can always cover it up as I go. So yeah, I'm gonna get painting. Okay, so I keep trying to completely cover this in this Payne's Grey, and the more I try and like fill in the gaps and just finish it off, the more I end up exposing the plaster underneath or filler underneath. So I think what I'm gonna do is leave it and then touch it up with a smaller paintbrush once it's dry, and then I'm going to go over perhaps half of it with the turquoise. I just wanted to get in that base colour first. It looks as if the texture has been covered over. I think the texture is more obvious when it's white. I mean, it is still there, so hopefully if I do some like dry brush techniques over the top with some white and stuff, it'll make some interesting like textures that way. So we'll see what happens, but I'm just gonna let this dry now. Okay, it's a couple of days later. This is all dry now. I think what I'm gonna do, basically, I have just watched a video on Skillshare, or a video course on Skillshare by Clair Bremner, about doing loose abstract landscape pieces. So I'm gonna do something like that. I think I was gonna do something quite plain, but I think I'm gonna go a bit mad on this one. I'm gonna use lots of colours. I'm not gonna have like obvious hills and stuff like I did in the last piece that I did. It's just gonna be completely abstract and perhaps make the most of the different textures that I've got going on here. I think I'm gonna have to do it this way up, which is annoying because I can't get the camera to go any higher, otherwise it's on one of those like spiral gooseneck things, so it will just bounce about all over the place. But yeah, I think I'm gonna do it this way up because it's split into two. I don't know, I'll do the abstract splodges of colour first layer first and see how it's looking, but I think I'm gonna have to do this over a few days, so not that that makes a difference to you because it will just skip forward in time. But yeah, I'm excited to get splodging different paint on. Mum's let me use one of her turkey tray things, so I'm going to be able to do a little bit more mixing. I'm gonna have a limited palette, so I'm not gonna use the light green and light blue that I've got, but I've got Payne's Grey and white. I've got olive green light, yellow ochre, and dusty pink and turquoise lagoon. So those are the ones that I'm going to use in this piece. Yeah, let's see how we go. so I'm having to mix the £1 paints with the £2 paints because the £1 paints are just so translucent. So any areas where there's pink or whatever, it's just showing the darkness through it. It's probably fine, but I don't like how it looks, so I'm going over these areas and I'm probably gonna go and get my hairdryer and dry off this layer and then add to it a bit more. I think the colour palette I've used isn't quite right. I think I've probably used too many colours, so yeah, I'll end up covering over quite a few bits probably. One thing that Claire said in the course that I was following was that your paint strokes should be quite messy and obvious and not too much like trying to blend the colours together, but if I just like that, it does just blend with the other colours around it, so I'm not really sure. Perhaps now there's more on there, I can do a bit more of that. But to start with, it just kind of looked like a dry brush effect where it's got all the texture underneath already. You can't actually really see the texture that I had done before, so I guess if I just go in and do a bit of that, but then that's blending it together. Oh, I don't know. This is gonna take a few layers, I think. I'll finish off the sides later. Oh God, it's on my thumb. Oh God. How much can you see? Some of it, sort of. It's gonna take some practice to do this kind of messy brush stroke effect that she was saying to do. She did say you'll make a lot of ugly paintings. I really don't want to make a lot of ugly paintings because I've only got 3 canvases at the moment and I want to make them nice. Some areas of this are drying already. So that's quite cool. I have dried it for a while. It feels quite warm. There's still some areas that are a bit tacky, but it'll do for me to start layering on top, I think, hopefully. I think what I'm gonna do is bin off this pink because this pink is just so translucent, it's not bright enough. I think what I need really is like quite a bright pink. I'm gonna add in some of the Payne's grey and kind of mix together some more tonal stuff with what I've got. So mix in some of the Payne's grey with the green to make some darker greens, and I think yellow will be more of my accent colour to add pops of like brightness to it, and yeah, just make the most of the white. See what we can do, but I've already started doing it this way up with the dark stuff at the top, but if I'm adding in Payne's grey, I think what I might do is make it a landscape piece. Oh, I'm not sure. I don't know, I'll keep painting and then decide. I think because the lines go this way of the texture in the background, it gives kind of a tree effect, so really I should do the horizon maybe here. So I'll do that. I'll try and get some sky, some lighter colours going on up here and then some darker colours going on at the bottom with some... Let's just crack on with it. I need to wash my paintbrushes and get some clean water and then I'll crack on. Ah, I forgot to press play. I forgot to press record, I mean. Oh, man. I've added a bunch of the midnight blue. No, it's not midnight blue. It kind of looks like midnight blue, to be fair, the way I've mixed it up. It's the Payne's grey mixed with the turquoise. So now this is blue and green must never be seen without a colour in between with some yellow. But yeah, I already like the colour palette a bit more. I already like the way it's looking a bit more. I think there's still a few more layers to go into it. I'm still going to keep slopping stuff on here. But as you can see, there's more light stuff at the top. I'm going to add more darker stuff to the bottom and some more like these kind of darker areas up here are going to kind of tree, bushes, that kind of thing. I don't know. I feel like it's going in a better direction now. So I'm happier with it. Now I'm recording. Now I can time lapse. that is the background or the main painting layer done. Hopefully I won't need any more paints because I've kind of smudged them together now in here and there's not much left and I don't really want to squeeze out anymore. So hopefully I don't mess up this next bit. I've used the hairdryer on it again to get it dry, so hopefully there's no tacky bits left. But the next bit I'm going to do is get out the Caran d'Ache Neo colours. These are the Neo Colour 2, so they are water soluble, so if I do cock it up I can kind of smudge it out and start again. Yeah, I'm now going to choose some colours that hopefully will match in with this. Let's hope I don't mess it up. I'm just ruining it. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave it a bit longer to dry because anywhere there's like thicker build up, it's obviously not fully dry and I'm just ripping it to shreds, but it's going in the right direction. I think I'm gonna get my Posca pens out as well, or at least my white Posca, and add some white detailing in. But it's nearly there. Just, I don't want to ruin it too much. Like some of these areas I'll be able to hide with, I don't know, something, but yeah. I'm gonna leave it for a bit longer. Bit of a closer up shot for the finishing touches, hopefully. I've used the hairdryer on it again, so hopefully now, well, they're a bit drier. I'm gonna be a bit more gentle, a little bit more gentle with it. So I'm just gonna add the finishing touches now. Okay, I think I'm done. I might have overdone it in some areas. I'm not sure. I don't know. I went over some areas with the white Neo colour just to pick up the texture of the filler underneath a little bit more, but I think that might have made it look a bit, I don't know, I'm not sure it worked too well, so I'm kind of trying to smear it in a little bit there. But yeah, I think overall I'm really happy with it. I love the colours. I think I made a good decision changing the colours, getting rid of the pink and using some of the kind of this more purpley baby blue type colour. Yeah, just using a whole bunch of greens. It certainly takes a lot of building up layers and covering over bits that you don't like and changing the shapes and bits to suit. So there's quite a lot of layers of paint on top of quite a lot of filler. So yeah, I haven't added any Neo colour detail to the sides. It's literally just, I added some random like finger splodges around the sides to make it interesting, so each side is different. Hopefully you can see that. And then I've added in some white Posca dots in there just to add a little bit more texture and interest. Trying to draw with the Neo colours on top of the texture is quite difficult, but I think it gives quite an interesting like rough texture to it. So yeah, I don't know, I think I'm pleased with it. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna leave that there. I hope you enjoyed seeing me create this from the canvas to add in the filler to add in all the acrylic paint and then the finishing details just now. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Thank you very much for watching and I will see you in the next one. Bye.